What's up, everybody? This is Ben and Zach. Welcome to the District Spotlight, your premier platform for independent music.
Yes, thank you so much for coming back, guys. Appreciate it. This is episode 7 now. Yes, episode 7. Right on. Thanks for riding with us this long. If you if this is your first time, you're just getting here, we really appreciate you coming on. It's really simple what we do. Quick breakdown. There's a lot of great music being made everywhere. A lot of big things happening in the district. We're trying to give the audience and the artist a platform that spotlights the independent music scene. Kind of help you guys find those hidden gems. Catch people early on in the career and then see where they go. We think that's really inspiring, really cool. Today, we have a hidden gem for sure. An artist that's pretty early on in his career, but still doing a lot of big things right now. When I hear his music, honestly, I kind of think like old soul, visionary, onto something, definitely going to build a good career. Just keep up what you're doing. So today, chill, lay back, Embry Isaac. What's up, brother?
Yeah.
What's going on,
How
fellas?
What up? Not much, man. Just chilling in the stew. I think this might be the first artist that we've had on that we've known before they've come on.
A little bit, yeah.
Am I wrong? Like,
Yeah.
at least met. We've What?
I could put a face with the Instagram and all that.
Oh, yeah, Jacob. No, we didn't. Oh, yeah, you met Jacob. You met Jacob.
Yeah,
That's
it was
right.
Brief. It was
yeah,
brief.
But, yeah, other than that, we meet people when they walk in the door. So it's kind of cool to, like meet somebody before.
Took a little pressure off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm glad I know you guys before. You guys are two cool dudes.
Right on. Appreciate that. Where we met you was actually at your show at Square Cat Vinyl. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so January 11th, I just did a show at Square Cat Vinyl, and I was opening up for Yachting Cole and Wolfie, who's right over there. And I basically just played through my EP, like my 4 songs, Bildungrosman. And then, yeah, it was pretty hype. It was awesome. It was awesome just like actually doing it in front of people instead of just listening to it on my headphones.
Yeah.
Well, you said that was your first, like, live. I forget what you told me.
Yeah, that was my first live show.
That's
I've
pretty
never
dope.
like played live solo before or anything like that.
You killed it.
You did have a couple.
Thanks, guys.
You did have a couple open mics though, which is probably helps you kind of go into the live feel, right?
Yeah, I did like one open mic, like just to get kind of used to being by myself for it, which I really wasn't by myself. Like I still had a band and everything, but you know, I've been in, like I did choir and like in high school and all that. So, and then like I played for Wolfie a few times, like for bass. So, you know, like I'm familiar with it, but you know, it's different when like you're doing your own music.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
it was fun.
Choir, is that a big background in your? Is that kind of when you started getting into music, or were you raised or influenced before that?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, like my family's just like a musical family. Like my dad plays guitar, like he studied guitar, and then my mom studied opera. So like I was just kind of raised on that. Like when I was little, I played violin for about 10 years, and wasn't really a fan of it. You know, it wasn't my thing. It is for some people. And then my sophomore year of high school, I picked up bass because my friends wanted to make a band, and I was like, well, I don't want to play violin, so I'll just learn bass.
Nice.
And then yeah, I've been doing choir, or I did choir for a while. I did it. I started when I was about. Well, I did like school choir, like for my mom. She was my music teacher, and then I got into Indianapolis Children's Choir. And after high school, I kind of stopped and just started doing my own thing.
Choir's cool, man. I actually was in choir too myself. I can't sing a lick, but when you're in that group, they teach you how to hit those notes, and once you're a part of that big sound, it was a great feeling. It was a really cool experience. And the Indianapolis Children's Choir, that's no joke, is it? Like,
oh no, dude,
that's like serious shit.
It was intense. Yeah, there'd be some weeks we would have like 4 performances in a week, and it was intense. Like we used to have practice like 3 times a week, and then when I got into high school, it was just once a week, which was so much better. But yeah, like you were saying, like especially when you're performing like with a big group of people like that, you can just like make one like really clear and pure sound. Like it's so nice, and the resonance is just like, it makes you warm. It gives you chills.
Did your mom is your music teacher? Is that like a lot of pressure?
Not really, no.
Kind of cool.
I was just like,
He was going to pass either way.
Right, I guess. I don't know. Some people's parents are harder on them than they are everybody else. You know what I mean?
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so you played bass with Wolfie. How many did you do that a lot or?
Yeah, I just kind of do it whenever like he needs somebody, or like if he needs someone to fill in. Like he did like a Save Money tour when he still went by Young Love, and so that was kind of the first time like I was performing live with him, and then just kind of over time like he would just hit me up for certain things. Like over the summer we did a couple gigs, and like one at the Irving, stuff like that.
Were you already like planning on making your own music while you were his bassist?
Not really, no. Honestly, yeah, when I first started making music was actually last year for Christmas, and he's my brother, so like, we got to do Christmas presents and all that, but like he didn't have any money, so he was like, hey, like I'll make a song for you for your like birthday
Nice.
present. And then I was like, okay, cool, but I had like no ideas, and then just like one day I was like hit him up, I'm like, what are you doing this week? And then he was like, nothing, because he was still living in Nashville. And I was on my spring break. I'm like, can I come down and can we record my song? And he's like, yeah. And then that's how we made Bubble. And and started the whole thing.
I can't listen to that song too many times because it just gets stuck in my head.
Really?
I don't know if you heard me like mumbling it when you were like walking in, but I was like, dang it.
Dang, dude, I appreciate that. It means a lot.
Nah, I think you said that was your favorite song, The
Yeah.
Bubble. That's kind of cool, man. You started off like strong like that, and then you said that was the first time you made music ever? It was on Bubble, like your own personal stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's dope. That's dope. Having somebody that's older than you, especially a brother, to kind of like help you out, help teach, learn that kind of stuff is pretty cool. I'll definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's definitely valuable. Like it's
Yeah.
helped me a lot, and like definitely like makes you feel more secure about it too.
Mm-hmm. Kind of already seeing it.
Are you like learning how to do it on your own now too, or do you still use Wolfie and stuff
Like,
like
do you
that?
produce music, compose music kind of thing?
Yeah, not really. Like he's still producing my stuff. Like I'm trying to get more into it, but like I just don't have a laptop right now that's compatible for
Yeah.
it. So like I'll make beats on GarageBand, like on my phone or something. But it's like, I don't know. Once you have like a certain standard, you want to like keep on meeting
Right.
that standard. So over time, like I want to start like learning how to do it by myself.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like he'll be so busy with his own stuff. So by the time then, I can just like start making it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And that'll be cool to see, like the progression in your music as that starts to happen. But now, Coolest Guys, I think that might be my favorite. I don't know why. I think I saw the music video for Coolest Guys, and I was like hooked, like right there. I was
Yeah.
like, this is actually really, really freaking cool. Who filmed that? Was it Mark? Is it Mark Alexander? Is that
Yeah.
the guy's name?
Yeah.
That's a good gig, man. He does a lot of great work.
Yeah, he's super good. He just came off a tour with O-Town Marco,
Mm-hmm.
or what? Oh, it was with Marco, but okay, all right. He went on tour with Marco, and who was with Oliver
Yeah,
Francis.
Oliver Francis. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw some of the videos from that, and it was just insane.
Yeah.
And then he just released a music video. I forget the name of the song, but it was insane. Like I watched it, I'm like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
it was gorgeous.
I just really liked it. I thought it was a cool vibe. It was one take Drake.
I know. Yeah.
But I fell in
Yeah.
love with it then.
What
I
was
don't know.
that? What would you film that on? What I see like Triller or something like that? I see a
No,
lot
it
of-
was like
that wasn't the one.
have you seen it? It's where they're in the car and he's probably filming it on a camera.
I just saw the Instagram music video, the Coolest Guys, where you two were dancing in the.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, we just kind of did that for promotion, get people
I
interested.
thought it was dope.
So how'd you link up with that guy then? Is he from Indy?
No, he's actually from Florida. He actually roomed with Emerson, and when he was living down there and going to Full Sail, and they, and he was actually the first person he took a photo of, like for Emerson. And
Oh,
then-
really? Wow.
Yeah, and so, and then ever since they just kind of been together, and then we made the song, and he was coming into town. They're gonna work on some things. He's like, "Hey, let's make a music video for this," and we're like, "All right, cool," and yeah, turned out pretty well.
Dope. So explain, you mentioned your new EP. It's your first real project. Explain like what it means
Yeah.
and where and how it kind of started your like artist career. Is what I'm trying to say.
For the
Like,
EP?
what it means to you. Because I remember being live at the show and you were explaining the background of the name and what it meant, and how you are in your career now.
Okay, yeah. So Bildungrosman, that's the name of the EP, and it's like a literary term. I learned it from like AP Lit in high school, and it just means like coming of age story, like a book like about coming of age. And when I was making this EP, like I didn't really know how to put a name on it, because I'm like, I don't know how to sum up all this stuff. But then like I'm like, well, all of this is kind of coming of age stuff. Because like Bubble just kind of deals with my first year in college, you know, like all your friends move away, you're like, oh, like what do I do now? Like you know, I got to find some friends and all that. And you know, it was just like a little bit depressing. Yeah. And so, you know, that's how that came out of that. And then you know, and then Monday, like a love song, you know, you get a love interest. And then Bildungrosman, it's just kind of the same thing about like, you know, trying to find friends and all that, and just like trying to find your place. And then, yeah, like Coolest Guys just talks about being anxious and all that. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of sad, but, I mean, yeah, I'm not trying to put a downer on things, but it just means coming of age story, you know, like by the end of it, like, you know, I'm just like growing through this entire process, you know, you're growing every day, and, yeah, you know, you're just finding your own.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a sad vibe. It is what it is, though. That's life, especially in that age. You know, you kind of got to stay. You're not a kid anymore. You kind of got to find yourself. So it's respectable, I think, to especially like express yourself.
Yeah,
through that way.
It's definitely a time that like a lot of people go through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like there's a point in time, you know, when you're kind of like find your place in the world, that everybody just kind of goes through that same thing. So that's why I call it that, because I feel like that's like that era of someone's life, you know, the coming of age story.
Yeah, it's timeless, honestly. At least it sounds to me.
Do you make that whole EP at Stone Tree?
Mm-hmm, yeah, Stone Tree Studios. That Stone Tree Studios, 1026 Shelby Street.
There you go.
Shout out to that.
It's pretty cool.
Papa
place
Tom. Papa Tom.
Papa Stone Tree.
Okay.
Is that his name? Is his name Tom?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yes. I'm surprised you remember that.
I don't know.
That's a cool vibe, though, man. That's a really lit studio. Are you planning on now? Do you go to school right now?
Yeah, I'm going to UND right now.
UND. What are you going for?
I'm studying international business and Spanish.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
Why?
Well, I mean, I wasn't like when I first started out college, like music wasn't even really an idea in my head. Like I was just kind of over it because, you know, I was doing it all of high school, all of like middle school and elementary school. I'm like, I'm going to take a year off, like, or like, I'm like, you know, I just don't really have an interest in pursuing it. Mm-hmm. And then, but I studied in Spain when I was a sophomore in high school, and I just like fell in love with the language. So I did that. And then I was like, well, I should probably add something on to this, like not just do Spanish. So right. International business, that's where I picked that up. But yeah, and then I don't know, after a while, like now I'm more interested in music.
Really?
Yeah. So, you know, it just changes over time.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I was kind of the same way. When I was younger, I was super into all these different passions. And then when I turned 18 or was going into college, you kind of like fed this, in the educational system, you're kind of fed this idea that you have to grow up and find something that you're going to do for the rest of your life, you know, make a living. So it's almost like personally, I feel like I got not brainwashed, but influenced by my peers and parents and things like that to think a different way. That was more further away from who I was. And then as I got older, I kind of got back into like what you were saying, kind of got back into doing things that you might be truly passionate about or that make you feel like personally fulfilled. So it's not a bad thing. I mean, I think it's good to have like a backup for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely nice. I mean, like it can also be kind of dangerous because, you know, like then you're like, well, if this doesn't work out, I can always just use my degree. Yeah. But like at the same time, like it is just better to like have that by your side. But
and Spanish is cool. You can speak to some mommies.
True. Yeah. No, that's the plan. I definitely, want to give it a shot someday.
You're gonna do a song in Spanish? That'd be fire.
That'd be a dope idea.
Yeah, I've always thought about it, but I don't think I will because like I don't know. There's a handful of indie artists out there that are like making Hispanic music and all that, and they actually are Hispanic. Like, I feel like me not being Hispanic just wouldn't work like that.
You should just do a bubble in Spanish and come out.
Oh my, that'd be interesting. That's
I could definitely see you doing like a little Spanish twang or a little Spanish twist on a song. Like, you know how people are doing that nowadays, a little country twist or a little Spanish 4-bar or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I definitely have like a couple licks that I thought about maybe throwing a Spanish rapper on there, or like, you know, just somebody who's Hispanic, because I definitely want to dive in that culture. But like, you know, I don't think I would do it myself.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
the
have to
whole
have
song,
somebody
yeah.
else on it.
How would you define like your sound? You know, I mean, are you got like rap tie or hip hop ties and rock ties? So
Yeah, I would say just like modern psychedelia or like psychedelic pop, something like that. Because I don't know, like everything is just kind of everywhere, but I feel like all of them still kind of have like that trippy aspect to it or something.
Yeah, it is kind of trippy. Like almost like innovative in a way, you know? Like combining multiple genres and vibes into one progressive sound. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
getting really deep with it, but I hear psychedelic and I'm like, okay, gotta break it down.
yeah.
he knows something we don't.
Oh shit! What you thinking, Zach?
Don't worry about it.
You have anything new in the works right now? I know you said you were like trying to find some places to play. What about like new music in the works?
I'm definitely I'm working on this one song right now. It's kind of like got a Billie Jean type vibe, like it's like kind of groovy and stuff.
Dope, funky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I want to feature a rapper on it, but you know, I'm just like looking for it right now. But I mean, I got my verse all set and everything, and yeah, it's called "What's Up With You," and
Hell yeah.
yeah, you know, it's just like I don't know, it can take a broad aspect. So, but I don't know when it's coming out, but just be on the lookout for it.
Yeah.
We'll be on the lookout.
What's up with you? Sounds like a summer vibe or like a spring vibe, you know?
Yeah,
I just see when I hear that, I just see like walking down a beach or a nice summer day. There's like a hot chick over there. Like, hey, what's up with you?
What's up with you?
what's up with you?
They love it.
Just me. But
What's up
anyway,
with you?
it was kind of cool, man. It's funny too, going back to like how we got you on the show in the first place. I'm pretty sure I saw that you were releasing an EP. I was listening to your music, kind of getting nerdy about it, watching your YouTube video. I thought it was super dope. I thought the album cover was super dope. It's definitely promising, and I was like, I think I messaged you that day or even the day before, and then Wyatt, the guy that we run the studio out of, Wave One, he sent me his Instagram, and he was like, hey, you gotta hit this guy up. And I was like, all right, bet, I already did. And then I found out that he met you at where is it? Where do you meet you?
I met him at the sauna
Yes,
at
the sauna.
downtown YMCA.
Yes. and y'all are speaking business and music. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I was just talking with my buddy, and like, you know how friends are. Like, we'll just like talk about what's going on in our life, and we're talking about music, and then Wyatt just came up and he was like, you do music? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, well, I know of a couple guys who's running this this district spotlight. You know, it's just like a podcast type thing, interviewing local artists. I'm like, yeah, definitely hit me up. I'm like, I've been wanting to get into more stuff like that, but I just don't know where to go. So, yeah, it was meant to be. It was meant to be in that sauna.
You
Doing
do
something right.
music. I'm gonna start doing that.
Do music. But yeah, I mean, thanks for coming on, man. I just thought that was kind of funny. But then we booked you, went to your show, the Square Cat Vinyl, which was super dope. It's a place out of Fountain Square, which is by your studio. That was a really good show, man. For your first show, like I think I told you, I was like, I wouldn't have been able to tell that was your first show if you didn't tell me. And the band was super cool. Those guys were really cool. You seem to have. I also told you had a really good like energy together. You know.
Yeah.
You guys played really, really well together.
Yeah, we all definitely vibe pretty well together. Yeah, like honestly, I mean, if it weren't for them, the show would not have been half of what it was. Like if it was just me standing up there with a guitar or something, like it wouldn't have been as good. So they definitely helped out a lot. I've been playing with, well, two of those guys, I've been playing with them since like my freshman year of high school. Like one of them is my best friend. So anytime I see him, we always do something music. And then the other guy, like he was the guy that wanted to be in the band with me, and like we've always wanted to do band stuff together.
That you picked up bass for?
Yeah, and he like I don't know, it's never worked out that way, but just like us three, we just always been working together. And then the drummer that we had, his name's Sean, and he's in a band, and I knew him in high school, like just kind of sort of, and so I knew he's like, I went to one of his shows and his band performed. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's insane. So I just hit him up. I'm like, hey, can you drum for me for this show? He's like, yeah, dude, I'm definitely down. Anything for music. And he just like fit right in. Like we definitely all vibe pretty well together. So
That's dope.
yeah, I was very appreciative of them. Like they were very attentive. Like they would like take my remarks and stuff, and at the same time I wanted to leave them space so they can put their personality into the songs.
Right on. Well, y'all did a really good job. Now I will ask one thing. If there's something that you could have taken out of that or learned from doing that show, what would it be, and how could you look at the next show to be better?
Yeah, probably the talking aspect, because like during that, I don't know, my goal was just to make sure that everything sounded good, like that we were all together and everything. And honestly, just kind of completely forgot about the talking. Like I talked a small bit, but I feel like I just kind of need to be more part of the crowd and engage with them and like make them feel like they're part of it. Like it's not just 4 dudes on a stage. It's like the crowd is up there too with us. Yeah.
Would you be down to perform in here if we got a crowd out there?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'm so down.
We're working on it. We're
working on it. Yeah. Keep an eye out. We'll probably, when we start doing that stuff, we're going to do like street shows. I think we have this, what do you call this? What is this? Sidewalk. Thank you. We have this sidewalk out front, so we can set up some live gear and kind of do like little promo, but also live show on the street here in like the summertime or springtime when people are getting out and about. So look out for that if you're trying to do more shows.
Yeah, that'd be so sick. I mean, any of those, like sidewalk, on a plane, on a train, on the bus, like in a house with a mouse. So, you know,
anyway,
like,
is this Dr. Seuss?
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second. I was like, you bringing back childhood memories?
Little freestyle. So, are you excited, man? Are you excited? You just dropped your EP. What is the next step in like in your career, in your music career? Like, where do you see this going?
Well, right now, like the step is just like networking. Like, I'm just really trying to get out there because I feel like I'm at the point right now where like a lot of people I know listen to my music, like a lot of my friends, and then like a few of their friends listen to it, and then like people on Instagram. But I'm like trying to branch out of that, like because I have a lot of Indianapolis like listeners, but you know I kind of want to get a broader aspect, so I'm just like trying to work on that and just get new people's attention.
How are you getting people's attention like out of state? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it mostly Instagram and stuff, or like how?
Yeah, are you saying you're gonna try and do it through social media, or are you gonna try and like do
shows out of state or what?
Yeah,
little tours.
Yeah, so I definitely want to do shows out of state, but you know, it's just like you kind of have to have the fans before you do that, or like go to a certain area. So yeah, I was actually talking to Emerson, and yeah, he said for him like he would post covers and stuff like on Twitter or like social media or something like that, just by small local artists. And so that's kind of the next step with this, like just start covering like artists, so they'll retweet the cover or whatever, and then I'll get their fans, and then like more people will be interested that way. And then also, yeah, there's this like streaming platform, Claudio Media.
Yeah.
I kind of want to start collabing with artists on there, just like people from different states and stuff who are about the same level as me, so I can get their fans that are in a different state. So I mean, there's a bunch more other tactics that I should go about, but those are the ideas I got for now.
Yeah, but you're laying down the bricks right now. You're not laying down the railroad tracks, so I think you're in a good spot.
Sidewalk.
The sidewalk.
The
walkway. Stop. I think do that for a year. You know, keep setting yourself up, spreading your music. I think it'll definitely catch. You got a good vibe to you. Now with Claudio and stuff, what like is that I don't even know what it is. Is that like a college?
You shared it with me.
I know, but I just saw it because they were like, it said the next music platform.
Yeah.
But it's college based.
Yeah, it is college based. So I actually met with the guy because they just did a tour, and Indianapolis was one of their last stops.
Damn.
So yeah, they
So
came.
missed it.
Yeah, they did. Sorry, I probably should have said something about
No,
it.
you're good. You're good.
But yeah, so he just came to UND, and like I had UND in my Instagram bio, and he saw I did music, and he was like, "Hey, like, can I meet with you like one time, like sometime for lunch?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure thing." And he told me it's a streaming platform for college students to just like kind of branch out because, like, he knows there's a lot of college students that are into music, but they just don't really know how to get it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's a streaming service for college students, and then you can also post ads and stuff. So if you want someone to collab on it, and you can like tag it like I want a rapper or like I want like some sort of singer, rock and roll singer, like, and then you can tag what kind of song it is, and then you can look it up by state who you want to work with, stuff like that, and yeah, and they just kind of want to like open up the music scene in different cities too. Like,
Now, do you have to just sorry to cut you off? Do you have to just be an artist, or can you be like a? Is this for also listeners? Like,
No podcast act.
you know what I mean?
yeah, honestly,
I don't know. I'm just trying to see like how it's.
No,
He's
it's
talking
all
about
good.
opening up the independent scene. I want to see how they're doing it. You know, that's all.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. When I met with him, he was mostly just talking about the music aspect, but you'd assume so that he would want like college student,
Yeah.
or like, you know, he would want some listeners listening to it.
Yeah.
So probably, yeah, that's probably the thing. I know right now they're just doing like a test trial, but after a while they'll probably open up more to that.
Okay, cool. So we are almost winding down, but I want to ask you a couple questions. One, what are you trying to make your music for? Why what had compelled you to make the music? Is it, you know, to help people express yourself, just do something for fun? What does it mean to you, and why do you make it?
Honestly, like, I guess I kind of just do it for me, you know, like, I mean, yeah, like I want people to hear it, but at the same time, like, it's just so replenishing and it like fills your soul. And like, I don't know, getting done with the song, so satisfying. I know, like, yeah, and I feel like definitely everybody needs some sort of like creative outlet to put their energy into. You know, you guys got this like going on. You know, some people have photography, some people have poetry. Like, it just depends who you are. And I feel like this is my creative outlet. It definitely fills my soul. And I mean, the end goal is to be stable off of it. You know, like to actually make something of it. So, you know, you're not doing a job. You're doing your hobby,
Doing what you like to do, and
Yeah.
make money. That's cool, man. I like that. I really like that. But all right, so yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. This is
Thank you
Embry
so much.
Isaac. Check him out. Bildungrosman. I'm so sorry. I need to fix that. Your independent platform for your premier platform for independent music. Thank you so much. See you guys
Later.
right on.
Peace.